All right, y'all, man. Y'all homeboy Lil Wayne can't get enough of embarrassing himself over and over again. At this point, it's just getting weird and pathetic for real. What am I talking about? So for those who don't know, Lil Wayne put out a video message on social media, and he was talking about how first he started out with, y'all know I'm not gonna be there this week, talking about the Super Bowl in New Orleans. Shout out New Orleans. Y'all know I'm not gonna be there this week, which means I guess there's a spot to fill, a seat to fill. And he starts talking about how he got this announcement coming, tomorrow, February 6th, and how he can't wait to announce it, all this and all of that. And that's cool. You make your announcement. But the part where he talking about y'all know I'm not gonna be there this week and all this and all of that, this is another attempt at him trying to gain sympathy from people. Like, knock it off, dog. If you got an announcement, just make your announcement. Tell us what you got coming, or tell us you got something coming for the world to be anticipating. But don't include this whole, y'all know I'm not going to be there this week and all that. It just comes off like you very bitter. And you sound like a hater, dog. You sound like a grade A hater. Now, you are a hater. I'm not going to say you sound like one. You are a hater at this point. Because why you got to mention something that you got no part in participating in? You play no part in participating in it. You're not a part of the show. Why you got to mention it? You out here trying to gain sympathy points from your crowd, your fan base once again. After your homeboy, your brother, Skip Bayless, went on his own podcast, the Skip Bayless podcast, talking about how it's such a travesty that that Lil Wayne is not performing at the Super Bowl halftime show and all this and all of that. Here you come following up behind Skip. Y'all know I'm not going to be there this week. Boy, all right, so you not going to be there this week and the show will go on, brother. Kendrick Lamar going to put on a hell of a show. And we all know that. We saw what happened at Kendrick's pop out. Kendrick and Friends, how he performed there. Can you imagine TV off ringing out in a stadium at the Super Bowl? Come on, man. Can you imagine that? In New Orleans at the Superdome, can you imagine TV off bumping, squabble up? Not like us. You're going to put on an amazing show. Y'all know I'm not going to be there this week. All right, bro. That ain't going to stop people from watching. It's the Super Bowl, and everybody knows Kendrick Lamar is probably the best performer in hip-hop right now. Whether you like his music or not, the brother is an outstanding performer. But this woe is me syndrome from Young Money artists, from Nicki Minaj to Drake to Wayne, it gotta stop. I don't know, is that like a blueprint that they all follow? But it's just like, to me, fam, this is just corny. You know what I mean? You told Skip Bayless how you spoke to Kendrick, everything all good, all water under the bridge, but y'all know I'm not gonna be there this week. Why is that the first thing that coming out your mouth? You know what I mean? Like, it's just, Young Money artists don't take L's well. They don't handle defeat. They don't take L's well. And it's showing. You know what I mean? But I don't. And the thing with this is, Wayne gets too much grace from people. People always let him just slide with everything, from his disrespect of Black American people, from him acting like racism no longer exists because he got fans of different ethnicities, and he thought, when I look into the crowd, pardon me if I'm being ignorant, if I don't know, but when I look into the crowd and I see different faces and different colors, I thought racism was over with. I thought it was done. Boy, shut up. Who you think you talking to? Ain't nobody got stupid written on their forehead but you. Come on, fam. Like, you thought racism was over with because you have fans of different ethnicities? Cut it out. You know it's not over with. You just trying to do that to appease their white anti-black Confederate or conservative fan base. Same thing. You trying to appease that anti-black conservative fan base that you got. And that's why you doing that. But it's really corny to me, man. It's lame. And everybody let it go. He went out there. They asked him. I remember they asked him about Black Lives Matter. I talked about it in my previous videos. Black Lives Matter, the movement, not the organization. Because no black person I know was connected to that organization. They were connected to the message, the sentiment that Black Lives Matter, when black people were being unalived. by law enforcement, you know, and I have to say the word unalived because if I say the K word, I could get demonetized on YouTube. I have to announce that to the idiots that try to say, I don't want, why are you saying unalived? I'm just trying to tell y'all how YouTube guidelines go. But anyway, yeah, like Wayne sat up there talking about my life matter to my BITCHs and then pulls out a flag, a red rag, talking about I'm a gang member, perpetuating a negative stereotype of Black American people. You know, Wayne then said stuff like beat up that PUSSY like Emmett Till, disrespecting Black leaders, all this, all of that, right? Talking about how, you know, everybody talking about, you know, you got to understand when Wayne be talking about acting like racism doesn't exist. When he act like it don't exist, everybody, all Wayne fans holler out, you got to understand, a white police officer saved Wayne's life. Okay, first of all, that's the police officer's job. Two, I don't care if 15 white police officers saved Wayne's life. What does that have to do with systemic racism? What does that have to do with police brutality, with Black people getting their lives taken from them at the hand of law enforcement? That does not, one situation got nothing to do with the other. Wayne just scared, no matter how tough he try to act. But anyway, Black folks give Wayne all this grace all the time, let him ride out, and he keep on doing crybaby, and he keep on displaying crybaby entitled behavior. Wayne out here acting like a Karen. Crybaby entitled behavior, and everybody just been letting it ride for so long. And this is what happens when certain things go unchecked. You start getting stuff like this from Wayne. Now, I'm looking like, now, Wayne, why you gotta say, you know, y'all know I'm not gonna be there this weekend? Brother, we know, and we ain't tripping about it. We know you not even a great performer like that in the first place. And I've shown clips of Wayne performing terrible. You can see it in my YouTube shorts, okay? But, you know, I'm wondering why you keeping this up if you already said everything was water under the bridge when you was talking to Skip Bayless and it was all good and all that with Kendrick. Why you putting, y'all know I'm not gonna be there this week? Okay, bro. Like, did the Grammy wins and the love fest that Kendrick Lamar got at the Grammys, did that make you feel a way? Did you get upset about that? Were you mad because you saw Beyonce vibing out the Not Like Us? It validates, and you saw Taylor Swift vibing out to the song, and Morris Chestnut's wife and Morris Chestnut, you know, did it make you feel a way? Because it validated Kendrick's stance of being the performer for the halftime show when the crowd was hollering A minor. Did it make you upset because it led to more validation that Kendrick should be the halftime show performer? Because the halftime show performer is for, you know, I said Kendrick was chosen because he's the hottest artist in hip hop right now, hands down, and that cannot be disputed. He on fire right now. Y'all remember NBA Jam, NBA Hang Time? He's on fire. That's what's happening with Kendrick Lamar. He's on fire. The brother, everything the brother touch is scorching. Whether you like him or not, you gotta admit that. And Wayne see that a mile away. And again, it's just he in here throwing that hateration, holleration in this dancery. Come on, man. It won't be no hateration, holleration in this dancery, man. Let that go. Leave that Mary J. Blige song where it's at. You feel me? I love that song. But, you know, the hateration and holleration part, she told you. Leave that at the door. But Wayne, here we go with Wayne. Keep coming forth with it, you know. And, excuse me, I'm a little under the weather. But y'all know what else I'm tired of? I'm tired of this whole shtick that Wayne has been able to play to act like he's so oblivious to every single thing happening in society. Like, I don't know. He played this whole game like he don't never know what's going on in the world. He don't never know what's happening. He don't know nothing. But he always pop out when certain stuff happen that's said about him and stuff. He act like he don't know what's going on, but then ironically, he just find out everything happening to him. Stop lying. I never believed that Wayne was oblivious to stuff going on in the world. He can play all for that con game. He not gonna play me with that. He know what's going on. He played that oblivious game to get around answering questions about. He played that oblivious game to get around standing in solidarity with Black folks, to avoid using his voice to speak for Black American people. You know what I mean? He do that. He say all that. I'm shielded off from the world. I don't watch TV. And he even had Toya, his ex-wife, saying that Wayne don't be paying attention. Stop. Yes, he do. He can play that to you, Toya. He can play that to you. It's just like he was probably telling you all different other type of stuff he was telling you. You feel me? And you was running with it. But yeah, like that dude know better. He know better. You know what I mean? All this, he's oblivious to everything. He don't know nothing. He don't see nothing. He never saw nothing. Tell that to somebody else, dog. Because it's tired and it's old now. And yes, Wayne is a legend. He will always be a legendary figure. I cannot take that away from him. Even if I wanted to, I couldn't. But he's also a lame. He's a cornball with the stuff that he keep pulling. And again, it's just real hater-like from him. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just like, yeah, you out here making your legacy look wild and corny. And I know it's going to be people in the comment section mad at me that I'm making this video. I don't care. I'm not saying Wayne is not a legendary artist. He is. He's a phenomenal artist and rapper, and he's had great records, and he's achieved great milestones in hip-hop music and so on and so forth. But also, Wayne has shown that he can be a bug dancer. He is one. Not can be. He is a bug dancer. He's a butter biscuit eating bootlicker for sure. He showed that he don't stand in solidarity with black folks a lot of times. He showed he could be a hater. He can be entitled. He showed that he can be very he can, I'm gonna use a word that those anti-black conservatives, you know, that Wayne tries to play up to. I'm gonna use a word that they use. Wayne is being a victim. You know, when they call black people, they tell us, stop being victims, stop being victims. And, you know, that's who Wayne is trying to appease with these messages that, you know, that he don't know nothing, like he didn't know racism exists. He's trying to appease that crowd. Well, you know, Wayne, you acting like that victim, that fan base of yours, that anti-black fan base of yours says that black people act like when we talk about police brutality and systemic racism. You acting like the victim, you know? Cut it out, dog. It's lame, it's corny, and it's old. Machiavelli Mills